You are live. Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to our Block Party Wednesday. We are working tonight. I am working on the Flyfoot yet again. I think this is going to be it though. I think we're going to retire the Flyfoot after tonight.
Have
I
we
feel
been
like
on
I've been
that?
working on it.
We've
Yeah,
been on
I've been
that
working on it
for a
for
bit.
a really long time. I've been working on it. So I feel like tonight I need to officially finish and retire.
Set it to rest.
Yes. So I'm actually going to make a quilt. I'm going to make 20 of these squares. These are 16-inch squares. It feels like it's going to be huge, but it's not. So I'm really insecure about my math.
Are they? Will the blocks be all the same colors?
No.
No.
In fact, I probably won't even use this block.
Why not?
Be- I'm so glad you asked. I found a charm pack of Summer Breeze by Moda. It was just in my stash and it's already 5-inch squares. And so I'm going to use that as 42 squares. And so they're really pretty. I
You're,
separated them into dark, medium, and light.
oh, good. That's what I was going to ask if you were.
So these
How?
are the dark ones. But because I need so many squares, I'm not sure.
Let me look at the pattern. Let's see. I'm sorry I didn't look at it soon enough
That's quite all
earlier.
right.
Okay. Two darks
So
and
for
two.
every,
What is dark/white?
so this is a half square triangle with a dark
Oh,
color
I
and
got
a
you.
white.
Good, good.
And then
And
this
two
one is
dark
the dark
medium.
medium.
Ah,
Yeah.
see. Oh, so I love those two
Isn't that clear
colors.
in
No, I'm just glancing at it. I have to study things.
yes.
It's not my age either.
No, not at all.
Look,
So I'm probably gonna put
the finished block is 14 by 14.
no, I'm wrong on the instructional sheet that I put out. I put the wrong size, so I'm gonna
Oh,
have to make corrections.
oh dear, that is serious.
Serious.
For me, that would be a disaster.
Maybe we'll see how many people make it and tell me I'm wrong.
Well,
Well,
I like the
well,
coloring
people.
page too.
Oh yeah, I added a coloring page so that people could and so the other thing that I've seen with this block, and I wanted to pull some up and I forgot, but they do so it looked like a what are those little peppermint candies? They did white, red, white and
Oh,
put it
yeah,
kind of at an angle and it
yeah.
like this and it looked and they put them on what do you call the on the diagonal and it looked like a bunch of peppermint candies.
That was clever.
Yeah, and apparently, so I also included on the pattern a little bit of a history behind the Flyfoot, and it's an old Amish. Hey, Shelly. So it's an old Amish pattern, I think. And hey, Amanda. So once I have this one finished, I'm going to retire this block, and we're going to move on to the next one.
And will that be tonight?
I might have people no, the next thing I'm going to do, and we kind of discussed this before we got started. So I rewatched my goals for 2025 um video that we have. I had big plans for 2025.
Was
And
this
then
in
I was like,
March? What month was that?
I think we did it in January.
Okay.
I recorded it at the shop. And it's a cute little video. And I really have good intentions. So I started out good. I said I wanted to have people randomly pick a block out of the Encyclopedia of Pieced Patterns. and I was gonna make those. I was gonna do them monthly, but here we are in June, and I have
Mhm.
one. But hey, I did it. I made an effort. It was good. The other thing I wanted to do was have use all of my scraps, and I have put them right here so that everybody can see this massive bag of scraps that I have
That can't
to
be all of
make.
them.
Yeah, it's all like scrap. It's not my stash,
Oh, okay, I got you.
but it's like little scrappy pieces.
Okay.
Hey, Jess. So I have a bag of scrappy pieces, and I want to make a quilt with
Hi, Jess.
only from that bag. So that's what I was going to do today. And then, y'all, at the top of the comment section there, you're going to see that I put a link for the Quilted Summit Challenge in July. My friend Tabitha Smith is hosting and I want to get it right, a scrap quilt challenge. I don't know which week it is, but one week in July where she's going to have live kind of sew alongs every day. And it's a challenge for you to make quilt blocks, whatever, using only the scraps that you have on hand. I know,
Hmm.
right? How fun. So I put the link in the description if anybody wants to join me. And I also messaged Tabitha and said, hey, do I need to bring my own pattern to this, or do you have patterns? And her reply was that she is going to talk about using the log cabin block or like
I love the
just
log
kind of
cabin.
wonky, like any kind of block, just throwing stuff together to make the quilt.
And that's for the challenge.
That's the challenge, and that's in July.
Okay.
So I put the link for anybody who wants to join me,
Well, that
and that
sounds like a
is,
lot of fun, but we're so
yeah, and it's,
busy and we're busy in July.
I know, but I couldn't help it, so I signed up.
Do we have time?
No,
Well,
absolutely not. Are we going to do it anyway? Yes, we're going to
see,
do
I'm
it.
even thinking I might do it, but I don't
Oh,
have that
just
much
sign
energy.
up.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, you watch some of the lives, you have fun, maybe you meet some other quilters all over the country, and yeah. So I
That
like
sounds like,
Tabitha. She is the Quilt Queens community. It's like a monthly thing, and she's actually agreed. Yes, I'm still planning the purple quilt, Jess, but I totally forgot about it till just now. It's on my list. That's June 21st. I'm gonna have to write that down.
but you did make another block, Amber. I wanted to say you said that from your goals list, you had said you'd do a block a month, but you did do a block at the beginning of the year. Remember,
This was,
we did a random number from that block book,
yeah,
and you did a block. You did it during a video.
I think that was this one, the Flyfoot.
Check it, check back. I think it was something else. Maybe somebody in the audience remembers. I don't know. I'm going to get a tablet to write things down because I'm already forgetting.
Oh, look, me too. Look, um, so in honor of me finally graduating the Flyfoot block, in the description, in below, in for the video, I put a link to a where you can get. I'm glad I'm making you laugh here, Jess. Um, you can get a link to the block instructions. And so I don't print the whole thing out, but the second page is just the block instructions. But I did put something wrong. Hey, Katie. We are having a fabulous day here in South Louisiana. It's not too hot today. It's a beautiful day. Um, I did make a mistake. So if you click the link and brings you all the places until finally you get the pattern emailed to you. It says that the finished block is a 14-inch square, and it is not a 14-inch square, y'all. C'est trop grand is way bigger than 14. So look, when you get your little thing, it's 16. It's like 16 and a quarter. Almost 16 and a half, depending on how well you keep your 1/4 inch. I think it's actually 16 and a half. So it's a 16 and a half block. In order to make a throw size quilt, and I'm looking at my little quilt stats up there, 20 blocks. So 4x5 blocks will give you a 64x80 throw size quilt. So that's what I'm going to make using these, which will not be enough. So I'm going to have to mix them up. Or what I may do is make as many as I have and then just add some big old borders around.
What will the size be? I'm sorry, I missed that.
That's okay. 64x80 ish.
I like that size.
I love a throw. Yeah. So this is a super fast and easy block, and it's big. So I'm hoping to get this quilt done quickly so that I can do my purple quilt. Jess, thank you for reminding me. So let's move on. I have a whole list of things that I wanted to talk about tonight. So it's officially the Flyfoot block party. That's what I'm working on tonight. I'm gonna try to sew and talk. Jennifer, if I get quiet, entertain the people.
Sing and dance.
You were supposed to be at the shop today. What happened?
I changed my mind.
Oh, it's hard to be there this late.
Well, it gets hard. I was there all day, and then about 3 or 4 o'clock, I start wrapping things up, and so I just came home.
Yeah. So link below to the Flyfoot pattern. If you follow it and you find other problems other than the finished block size, please let me know so I can correct it. Look, I'm acting like my mama, y'all. I'm checking stuff off as I talk about it.
But I left all my clipboards at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disaster.
Okay. So since she brought it up, we're like in court. Oh, you brought it up. You open that bucket or whatever. Open the door. Jennifer is a clipboard and list queen.
Yes. So
My whole life, she's always had.
without my clipboard, I'm at a loss.
And this isn't like she's getting older and keeps forgetting, so she has to write stuff down. Like it's always been this way. She has loose leaf paper on clipboards. Do you save the papers or do you toss them like at the end of the day or the end of the?
Oh, I save them year by year, and then at the end of the year, I throw them out.
Oh, okay.
So from January to December, I'll have them. I started that at work years ago. Now, all my young coworkers in the last 2 years that I was working would try to get me to do notes or things on my phone. And I've tried that, but it's not working. I haven't given up, though. I think I'll try.
Every time I try that I want to do an electronic list, it doesn't go well. Like I don't keep it. But I have tons of these old books. I have like just within my reach. So I have my business book. So this is where everything for the business goes. If I have ideas, if I have meetings, anything business wise. See the alligators, y'all? They're
That's
everywhere.
cute. Where'd you get that?
I know. I think I got it at Michael's.
Oh,
And like it even has a little alligator dangle.
well, that is cute. Well, so you may be turning into your mother.
Worst things have happened.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
met other people's moms And my 18-year-old self would disagree with me, but other people have worse moms than you.
Yeah.
You're
But
not
I,
the worst mom.
but listen, I love that commercial, progressive commercial that talks about he's trying to keep them from turning into their parents. That is just absolutely true.
It
That whole
is. It's so
scenario.
funny.
Yeah. Anyway, we have digressed.
We have digressed. And so my other book that I have handy that I keep with me all the time is I listen to a podcast about storytelling. And it's like every day there's a story. It's just about finding the story and connecting it and making it relevant. So he said, keep a journal every day of what happened in your life that day. That's a story. And so for the past, well, since January, no, I'm lying, since March, I've been keeping a almost daily journal of things that happen that could be full-fledged stories or not. And he's like, occasionally go back and look. Um, oh, some of these are funny. I was gonna read it, but then okay, so they're way off topic. They're not necessarily quilting related. Um, one of them is graduating during COVID. I thought I had it bad, but then now with some of these PhD students who were at these schools who are having way more difficulty, I'll say, than me not being able to walk across stage during COVID. Um, I also, along those lines, so I graduated with my PhD during COVID. So I worked for 8 years and was not able to attend a graduation. So they mailed me my diploma. It was a very tragic event in my life. But also during that time, I had a professor tell me that I would be the laughing stock if I tried to present at an educational conference. That was the most horrible thing. And I know it's not true because I've presented it at national conferences my entire professional career. Well, not at national conferences, but so I know that's not true. But so I keep that story in the back of my head to remind me of so many things. But anyway, so those are just a couple of the stories that I picked up on that book. So always have stuff handy. Um,
Now your stories are mostly related to quilting,
yes,
which is very applicable to everyday life.
I think so.
Mhm.
Um, next Tuesday is T-shirt Quilt Tuesday,
I did not know that.
June the 10th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
6
As
p.m.
of yet, we do not have a guest speaker, but I'm working on it. I really would like to have somebody who can add to our conversation about T-shirt quilts. Okay, one more thing, and then I'm going to get started trying to sew and talk at the same time. Going back to the challenge, um, I am going to offer up. So the wonky kaleidoscope quilt that I just finished was from this big scrappy book of quilts, big book of scrappy quilts. There are so many quilts in this book that I really, really, really want to make. And there are some that I absolutely do not want to make. They don't look fun to me at all.
No, because you
I'm
think
thinking,
all scrappy quilts would be fun. How could a scrappy
no.
quilt not be fun?
Hey, Jerry. Um, so I think I'm going to be bold here and let the people pick. What do you think?
They
So
usually do
last
well.
time we did it, last
They
time we
usually,
did it, everybody picked a number, so we could do like a page number between 0 and 288. And whatever quilt is on that page is the quilt that I will make, only using the scraps from a big ugly bag of scrappy stuff. Now, if we pick a quilt that uses big pieces, I can't make it just from that. So we might have to come up with an alternate plan. We can either keep looking or do the closest one that has smaller pieces, or we can just do the next number up or the next quilt up or down? Do we have any ideas about that, or y'all want to just pick a number and see
see what happens. Yeah.
what it is? Okay.
When we did it last time, someone had a random calculator or whatever they're called.
No, we did the average.
Oh,
Do you have a pen and paper, Jen? Can you get an average for me?
oh, I think I can.
Okay, because my phone is tied up and I don't have a
Okay.
calculator, and I'm not that smart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all give me some random numbers between zero. No, let's see. The first quilt is on page. Now I have made 2 of these quilts in this book already. If I think my husband just peeked in on me. If it's a quilt that I've already made, we're gonna do it again. So everybody, pick a number from 9 to 288. Put it in the comments, and we'll average that out and see which quilt it brings us to. I hope it's one that I really want to make.
You never know, huh? Let's see.
So while we look at that, we'll give everybody a chance. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 10 people on. Let's see if we can get how many numbers do we want to make sure that everybody puts a number, or do we want multiple numbers? Do we want to get 15 numbers?
We have 5 numbers so far.
Okay. We'll give people time, and we'll
Okay.
keep working on it through the session, and then by the end
Okay.
we'll have an answer. Okay, so for those of you who joined late, I am making the Flyfoot block. I am using some Moda fabric, Torn Pack, 5-inch squares. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. How's it go? Rolling with the jasmine. I love singing to my patients, y'all. This week I went and saw a patient. This lady, she's not very verbal, and they had the music kind of blaring in the room, and some John Denver came on, and I could tell, like, by her reaction that she liked it. So she and I sang John Denver.
Okay, so you said you enjoyed doing it. How do they like it? How do they like you
Oh,
singing to
they sing.
them?
Yeah, no, they sing. Sometimes they don't like the music, and I turn it off. But most of the time they like the music. They want to hear the music.
Once I walked into a place where the activity director was playing, I heard it through the grapevine, and they were all dancing. It was the Marvin Gaye version, too. It was awesome.
18, 19, 20, 21. So I have 21 white squares. Oh, that works. I need 20. No, I'm lying. I need 80. See, that seems so much.
You need 80 of those little 5-inch things. That's what, yes.
Yeah, I have to get some more white, cut some more white. But I'm just gonna make what I have, and then we'll go from there. See how many blocks I can get. It might end up being a baby quilt, which is 48 by 48. They're square. Apparently quilts are
They
always
can
square.
be. They can be. They don't have to be, but they can be.
This actually might be a cute little baby quilt. So as all good half square triangles, actually not all of them start off with drawing lines on the back. I know there's got to be an easier way to do it, but if you're using 5-inch squares already, then that's kind of what you have to do, huh?
Are you making a baby quilt for anyone in particular?
No.
For the show, maybe?
Yeah. to sell it, if nothing else?
Becca's daughter Marie is having a girl.
Oh, is she?
Hmm.
That's not her first baby, is it?
She has a boy that's about 3 or 4 years old.
So for those of you, I say we have new people that just joined us, throw some numbers in the chat. Number between, what did I say, 5 or 15?
I
Let's
don't
say
remember.
yeah, like between 5 and 288. And then we're going to average that number out. And that is going to be the, that is going to be the page number for which I pick the next quilt I'm going to make from my scrappy book. And I'm only going to use items from my big bag of scraps.
That just doesn't seem like a whole lot of scraps for you.
It's a big bag.
I have lots of strips from my AccuQuilt stripping thing,
I
which I
just
love.
don't like the acupuncture.
I
I
know.
know we've talked about a lot of people here. Hey, Joan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So there's a link in the description to get the description of the block. I'm sorry, the instructions for the block. And the finished block size is bigger than I said. I lied. I told
It's
it lie about.
smaller. It's smaller, or it's bigger. Yeah, you said 14 by
No, it's bigger.
14. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's bigger. I said that it was 14, but it's really 16 and a half. Oh, and remember last week I said that I lost the hurricane quilt? Found it.
Where was it? Under something?
Yeah, it was in a stack of quilts. Like I had a bunch of quilts stacked up and it was between them.
I find it very hard to keep organized with all the information that we get, you know. I know some people are very organized about that kind of thing, but I'm trying to get a system going.
You know, as I'm sitting here drawing these lines, I probably could make this the purple quilt would make sense, right? Instead of doing two of them, I could do the Flyfoot in purple instead of my Charm Pack. I have so much purple fabric for Alzheimer's. Um,
Joan likes this block.
yeah, I saw that. It is a fun block. I said too earlier, I Googled Flyfoot block and imaged it and like looked for images. And there's some really cool quilts out there that use this image.
I don't think I've seen it before.
That use this, I'm sorry. And so look, I'm putting my little workspace up so you guys can see what I'm doing. You can't see what I'm doing though because it's way over there.
Hey, Fern is here.
Hey Fern, how's it going? So I am now working on. So I think I'm going to do that instead of using this charm pack. I am going to make this the purple quilt.
Okay, remind me, what was the
The
plan for
purple
the
quilt.
purple quilt?
So I am raising money for the Alzheimer's Association. So the longest day is June 21st. It is the summer solstice, and it's also a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. So I have signed up to raise money. So I'm going to make this purple and white quilt, and whatever money I raise for it, I will donate. And so
And
we are,
is that the day we're doing the show at Monkus Park?
yes, yes. And so we also have a market that day. And so hopefully I can get a good price for it. I wonder if we could do a silent auction, or is there some like illegal thing that we have to do to have an auction? I don't know. I might look into that. Okay, so for all the new people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Leave a number in the comment section, and we are going to average all the numbers. Feel free to leave as many numbers as you want. I just threw that in. I just made that up. And we will give the average of the numbers so that we can pick the next quilt I'm going to make from the scrappy book, because I joined the Quilted Summit. What was it called
Thank you,
again?
Fern. Thank you for your number.
Oh, thank you. The Scrap Quilt Challenge in July. Tabitha Smith from Quilt Queens community is hosting a scrap quilt challenge. The very first comment in the link in the next in the stream, the very first
Thank you,
comment is a
Joe.
link to.
I'm sorry, Amber.
That's okay.
I got
It's
excited.
party. It's block party. We can talk over each other. Woo.
Zaza's here.
Who's that?
Zaza.
Oh, hey, Zaza. I think you said Savoie was at your house.
No, it's Thibodeau and Boudreaux.
So this fabric, Fern, you're asking about is some Moda fabric that I had in my stash. I don't buy pre-cuts, so it was probably given to me. It's called Summer Breeze 6 Charm Pack, and it's by Moda, and it really is like, I really like it. I was going to use it for this quilt, but there's not enough of it. So, and also I need to make a purple and white quilt to sell. So I've decided not to use the charm pack. I'm going to use it for something else later. So it's going back in the stash. Okay, so the next question is, now that this is going to be purple, I don't think I want just purple and white. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this gray. And then should I use different shades of purple? I'm looking around. My purple isn't in here. Okay, here, look. So this is one shade of purple. It's very light. But I also have some dark purple. Should I mix them up or just use one color?
I would say
Because
mix it
it'll be,
up.
yeah, because it's going to be purple, white, and gray. And this is the darker purple is like this kind of tone. And so and this is the gray. So it would look like this, but in purple. Purple, pink, and the light green. So does it matter? So if I'm going to make and sell this quilt as a purple Alzheimer's quilt fundraiser, does it necessarily have to be just purple and other colors, or can I just make a quilt? Any thought?
Do you have the material necessary to keep it in the Alzheimer's colors?
Yes, yes. I have a bolt of like a dark purple. And so the Alzheimer's, The Alzheimer's purple is like a dark purple.
Yeah, but I agree with Zaza too. It doesn't have to be, it can be any color, I think. Just make a
Okay.
quilt, she said.
Okay. That's what I'm wondering, if it needs to be just a purple and white, or if it could be just like any kind of pleasant purple, or
Yeah,
like
that's
any
right.
kind of.
Yeah.
So this is my fundraising packet that they sent me with my t-shirt that I will probably make a bag out of. Because although I do love a good t-shirt, um, I probably won't wear it. My husband said, "Are you going to cut it and make it a V-neck?" That's what I do.
I hate that. I hate to cut them like that. That's pretty
The
though. I
other
like
thing
that.
is like, this is a really cool pattern where I could actually, if I had more time, maybe I'll do it for next year. These points, I could do there's a foundation paper piece pattern that I could probably make these, not for this year though, because I'm late.
So is June the 21st, is that kind of wrapping it up for the fundraiser?
Um, kind of, like, that's the day that I wanted to sell the quilt. That's the official longest day, which is the name of the fundraiser. Um, the other thing I have is this beautiful, I have lots of purple fabric. I have this beautiful batik
That is
that would
pretty.
actually look really nice. I
Hey,
could mix that batik in
Zaza has a great recommendation, suggestion.
to do a bag from a t-shirt tutorial. Yeah.
But you've made one before, haven't you?
Yes, I've made purses, smaller purses, but I really want to do some tote bags, bigger tote bags. People like tote bags. Um, I made one.
With a t-shirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
that will be something new for me. But in my brain, it's just a big piece of, square piece of fabric that's going to be the side.
And it's about the batting or the, that and the quilting. We
Yeah,
do, I mean, we do that with a quilt with t-shirts, so it's the same
right,
thing.
right. Yeah. Once you put the interfacing on it, like in a tote bag, once you put the interfacing on, to me, it's just as sturdy as, like a quilted anything.
Especially if you have a boxed bottom
Right.
or a square. I don't know what it's called.
I think it's just the boxed corners. Boxed
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use a
That's
mixture
pretty though. Yeah, those colors are pretty. I like that.
of these. And
Yeah.
then I also have some dark tonal purple. So what I can do is I'll have to separate it. Um, these would be the darks, maybe, and just use this as the, sorry, this one as the light. And so again, it would be, so the white with, this is considered the dark. And so I would use one of these two fabrics for the dark piece. And then I could either use gray or I could use this light one. I think maybe the gray.
You know how Hazel did not have a good um, grasp of colors? Of course, she was limited on her material. I'm the same way. That's why I always have to call and consult with you.
That's why I gave you the wheel.
Yes, I have the wheel, but I didn't get to that
Good
yet.
night, Shelly. Thank you for dropping in. Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Bye, Shelley.
Okay. So I think I've got it narrowed down. So forget-me-nots or the flowers for Alzheimer's. That makes total sense. What does a forget-me-not look like? Forgive me because I don't know. I also recently, because I don't have enough going on in my life.
They're very pretty. Amber, can I show you these blue
Yeah.
ones? Oh, you can't see very good, but
Oh, yeah. Okay.
they're blue. It doesn't show up, but they're very pretty blue, like corn flower, corn something flowers
Yeah.
color. They're pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google them. Google that. We say that around here. Google that.
Okay, they're
CAT,
they're
not that.
very pretty. They're pretty blues.
Do they only come in blue or they come in all different colors?
The ones I saw were all blue.
So, did you see me in my brain just now? I was thinking. Everybody watch out.
Yeah.
Something's about to go down. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. And I just happened to have this fabric out for the last quilt I did. I was gonna use it, but it was too dark. But now it
It's
works out.
where did you get it? Do you know? No.
I think I purchased this one. This I don't know. I may have purchased this one also. This is really cute. I like the greens in it. I tell you, I used to not like what is this called? What's it called? This type of fabric. Hey Andy. So I am talking about making my Alzheimer's quilt, using the the Flyfoot block in purple, white, and gray as an Alzheimer's fundraiser. And how many numbers do we have, Jen? Andy, give us a number. Any number less than 288.
We have 7 so far.
I thought I saw more than that.
No, but 7 with numbers. Not everyone gave a number.
Okay. People throw some numbers out so we can see what quilt I'm gonna make for the quilting challenge. Scrap quilt challenge through the Quilted Summit Tabitha Smith.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Big old number.
Anything under 288 will work. And look, I said earlier, some of these quilts I really want to make, and some of them I have no business making. Now, if they call for big pieces of fabric, I probably don't have them in my scrap bag. I do have a backup quilt that I would like to make. I think I've cut pieces. Let me see what it's called. It's just these, like you use it's kind of like a potato chip quilt, I think. So these I don't know if y'all can see these little tabs are all the quilts that I would like to make. Although I used to not want to make these stores like the traveling store, the Ohio store, but I've just recently started to be interested in the stores.
There are so many
And
patterns.
there's 177 patterns.
Wow.
I'm looking, there's one in particular that I thought about, I'm just going to do this one, but then I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and go with my 2025 goal of making quilts from my stash that the community has chosen for me. Oh, so yeah, I'm not going to show y'all what piece it is, but what page number. But this Ohio Star and Courthouse Steps is a really cool pattern. And I think that would look really good with a bunch of different like scraps, just random scraps. But yeah, there's some really cute ones. I've made this one and I made it in blue and white. See, look how cute. Like some of these are like really cute and easy. Feel like that would go really well with just the scraps. And I'm not even gonna tell y'all which ones I don't want to make. If you don't know about me and the flying geese, go back and look. Was it like a year ago that I made that flying? It must have been last year. I made a quilt with flying geese. Once again, Amber gets cocky. Oh, good. Do you know, Zaza, the name of the pattern that they're doing? Oh, look, here it is. It's just scrappy triangles. It's hard to see. Not triangles, rectangles. That's the name of the pattern. 2 by 3.5 inch scrappy quilt. So it calls for like thousands. 1,620 rectangles. I have that. So anyway, so I thought about just making this one, but then I decided I'm gonna have y'all pick. So how many numbers do we have? Like 10?
Well, we have people going nuts over the numbers. We
Oh
have
yeah?
13 numbers, and I'm getting ready to recheck them.
Okay. How about we go for 20? So even if you've already given us numbers,
They
throw
already
some more
have,
numbers out there
they
now that
already
you've kind
did.
of seen. Oh, they already did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's average it out and see.
Okay.
Oh, we got it. Fern gave us another one.
Mm,
Oh,
okay.
so this geese in flight, that's the one I made. Y'all, 500, I think it was. 500 flying geese. And of course, that's the one I just made, the kaleidoscope. I put a video out yesterday on squaring up the blocks. Love the Tucker Trimmer 3 ruler. If you haven't watched the video yet, spoiler alert, I love the Tucker Trimmer 3.
Yeah, you were very impressed with it, I think.
Yeah. And I like Deb Tucker's like her rulers are really good. The problem
Hmm.
with her patterns is that all the patterns that I own and buy, it needs a different ruler. And so I have so many of her rulers. What I really need to do is find a couple of the patterns that use the same rulers. But the last pattern that I bought has a ruler that I don't own yet. Um, and so I haven't made that pattern, but it's like it's in little triangles. It's called Jewel something or other. It reminded me of like Mardi Gras. Boutiques. That's the word I was looking for earlier. So I fell in love with boutiques when my aunt Nita made a quilt with black. who was using batiks, and there was a lot of black and gold in it. And I think it was the face quilt.
Oh yeah,
Or
that
no,
was
it's the one
pretty.
that we still have that we can't sell that's just absolutely beautiful and nobody wants to buy it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was like, man, when you cut up batiks, they really are pretty. Yeah, Katie, like I am now in love with batiks. That's a new thing for me, probably over the last few years. Yeah, several patterns for each ruler. That's what happened. I have so many patterns and so many rulers in so little time. So I have one lady that yeah, she brings me like 2 quilts a week to Longhorn. And Dwayne was like, do these ladies just have all these quilts laying around their house? Or are they, he uses the word build, are they building them like when they bring them to you? I was like, no, they're building them. Like she sews all day, every day. She's retired. That's what she does. Like she made 2 this week. She brought them to me today.
Who is that?
Miss Joan. I finished 3 quilts for her last week, and she came and picked them up, and then she messaged me, "Hey, I have another quilt for you." She's like, "But wait, I'm gonna finish the other one I'm working on, and I'm gonna bring you 2." And so, like, she brought me 2 more, and they're, like, really pretty quilts. They're not, like, just big squares. They're, like one of them that she brought today is foundation paper piece. It's gorgeous. I didn't open the whole thing, but just looking at it folded, it was so pretty.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Look, this is my big bag of scraps, Jennifer.
I'm getting there. Okay, I have a number. Oh wow! I thought it was a small
Yeah,
bag. I kept saying,
no,
I
it's
think
a
you have
large
more than
bag.
that. Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, I was like, it's a lot. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I have so many rulers. Okay, what's our number?
104.
Wait, let me turn my we're all gonna find out together what quilt I'm gonna make.
Oh, it's
One zero
104.58, 105, 104.58, which would make it 105.
Oh, it's a bag of scraps, Zaza. I wasn't kidding. Hey Kelly, do you know Miss or you know Miss Joan? I don't want to say her full name, but yeah, she's a very prolific quilter. Okay, so what's our page number?
105.
Please God let this be a quilt that I want to make.
If it's not, you can go to 104.
It's the same quilt. 104
Ah,
and 105 are the same quilt. Okay, maize and blue. Let's see. A wide range of blues, soft buttery yellow golds. Now I'm gonna make it a scrappy quilt.
I like that. So
I don't know if
that's
I like it.
the
It
center.
wasn't on my list.
The center is a like a 5-inch block or something, a 5-inch
Okay,
square.
so let's see. So designed and made by Laurie Simpson, finished quilt 99 by 99. We got we
So
got to see
big,
about that.
so
12 by
big.
12 blocks. 12 by 12 blocks. Maybe we could cut it down like this and not make because we don't like square quilts. I might cut one row off. Okay. So it's this block. Oh, that might be kind of fun. So we've got half square triangles, um, quarter quarter square triangles. So half square triangles, and that looks like a flying goose to me. And these things, quarter square triangles. So lots of different pieces inside the big block. So what I think I might do is, so like this has 2 colors, it's yellow and blue. What I can do is I can pick the yellow, make that light and the blue dark, or I could do the yellow all like whites and creams, and then the blues scrappy. And
The
so
average
many flying geese.
the average we had before was 77.
Before what?
When there were less numbers, I'd averaged it out.
I'm gonna do this just for the record. For the record, I am gonna do the maize and blue because that was what I agreed to, and I do like to stretch myself and make. My friend Adam stretches me all the time. He asks me to make things, and I'm like, Adam, I can't do that, and I do it anyway. And it turns out that I can do it. I just need to stretch. So this is, see, there's no little purple tag right here. That means this was not on the list of quilts that I wanted to make out of this book, which is good because it's outside of my comfort zone and I am going to grow and stretch and be a better quilter after I make this quilt. How
So,
social worky was that?
yeah, very good. Is True Blue Quilts, is that Andy?
Yeah, that's Andy. Andy was
So
in Utah with me last year.
Andy feels guilty if, is it he or she? Andy, is he or she?
She, she,
If
she.
she doesn't get to long arm her mother's quilt.
Andy, you need to buy your mom a long arm. So what was the other one? 77? Let's see what that
Yeah.
was. Oh, another one that does not have a little purple tag. So either way, yep. I do like this one better than this one, but I think with this one, I'm going to use all kind of scrappiness, and it's going to turn out nice. It must be on the diagonal. I don't know how they put it together. That's kind of cool. I will do a video, and y'all can watch me put it together. Y'all, so many flying geese.
We have Hats on a Mission.
We have what?
Hats on a Mission just joined us.
Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who just joined, we averaged all of the participants through numbers in the chat, and we got an average of all the numbers and decided that I am going to make this quilt from this book out of those scraps. So it'll be a video, probably a bunch of videos. Oh, look, Tessa.
I was just thinking about her. She said she joins us. I said, well, you need to get on the chat.
Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Tessa is my cousin, mama's niece from Texas. Okay, so I will be working on the maize and blue quilt in July. I'm not going to start it just yet, even though I'm kind of excited. For now, I'm making my purple, white, and gray quilt. So the other thing I really want to do is, and maybe Andy, you and I can do this together because I still want to join you in your live stream. I want to make a video of all of my rollers. Like just because I have so many and so many different kinds and what are my favorite ones. So I do have a lot of OmniGrid. I don't know how that came to be. Probably because they sell them at Joann a
At
lot.
Joann's. Yep.
So this is one of the ones I got at Joann for super, super cheap right before they closed.
What
I
is
think
that?
I
One
got
inch?
like it's 1 inch by 1 by 12. And I think I
Wow.
paid like $3 for it.
That's good.
Yeah. I also used recently something. Oh, Kelly, don't buy the book. You can oh I'm not gonna say that out loud. I was gonna say you can use mine. Yes, our favorite rulers. Let's do it. I could do actually next Wednesday would be great for me because on Tuesday we have T-shirt quilt Tuesday, and I don't know if we want to do Tuesday and Wednesday or if we're gonna skip next Wednesday. Jen, do you have an
A
opinion about
preference?
that?
I do not.
I don't mind doing like if we're only gonna do 1 week, a T-shirt quilt Tuesday, not every week like we did in was it May, March? That was a lot, 4 or 5 weeks in a row. But if
Yeah,
it's only once a month, I think we could do that.
I think so.
So yeah, friends can borrow books, right?
If they bring them back, like my
Yeah,
sister who never brought them back.
no. Like I gave her a book and as I was giving it to her, I thought this woman has so much quilting stuff. Surely she doesn't need my little book. And I said, look, I really, really, really can't stress to you enough how much I want this book back. Oh, of course, I'm gonna to you. Like I literally searched her house.
Yeah, but I know.
I never got it back. And now I can't even remember what the quilt looked like that I wanted to make.
Once she copied a pattern for me, in fact, how I got started with the t-shirt quilts, it was her pattern that she gave me a copy of. And on her original copy, she had her name on it. So when a year later she sees mine that had her name on it, she was trying to take it back. I said, I know your name is on it, but that's because you copied it.
It was Zaza. That's a great idea. T-shirt quilt Tuesday. I could do a demonstration on how to make a t-shirt quilt tote bag.
Go, Zaza's full of good ideas tonight.
I know, Zaza. When are you gonna come hang out with us live? You know, I'm always open.
I agree with Katie about loaning them out. I'm very cautious about that.
Yeah,
I just mostly loan them to you, but I know where you live.
and she does. She does have to come over and take them from me.
If I need them.
Okay, so the other thing I want to ask you people in the chat, um, I need a display for all of my large cones of thread in my quilting room. Right now, they're all just kind of like in
Well,
a
I do.
pile.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
But I want to do something really fun and creative. Have you guys seen anything like super creative that people do? Like, I don't know if y'all can't see it behind me, but I have a palette that someone made. It was our friend Shelly's dad. It's a palette, and he just screwed some holes in it and put little wooden dowels. And that's what I have like some old thread on. So like kind of something like that. But I don't know. I'm looking for something creative.
That was very clever, Amber, because we were going to throw that away. And when I look at it in your room, I think, oh, I wish I would have thought of that.
I can't believe y'all were gonna throw it away. It's so
Yeah,
cute.
I
Look,
know.
I'm about to show y'all my mess. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Oh, oh, you can't see it, but look, it's back there. So I put a like I drew a sewing machine on top of it and painted it. Yeah, it's cute. Oh, the other thing that I did this week is I went to a professional person to do my not marketing stuff, but what do you call like just our branding? And so I said, look, this is what we've been using for the last year. These colors, really like these colors and want to keep using them. This is what we kind of have in mind um, for it. And so he said, okay, I'll play around with it. And he came back with the absolute best. New thumbnails. If you guys look at my channel, you can see. Um, some of the new thumbnails that he designed for us that he's like, okay, you need this to be very consistent. And I was like, yeah, I kind of try, I dabble. But what he brought back to me was so perfect and on brand. Um, yeah, I really liked it. So hopefully you guys will be seeing some more consistent branding. So were you pleased with what are you laughing at?
Zaza's friend, she loaned her friend a sewing machine, and 6 months later, she saw it on Facebook. She was selling it. And I said, that was funny. And she said, not really.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, that's what everybody else said.
One time I gave somebody an armoire because she was like leaving her husband and desperate and all needed furniture for her house, and so I helped her out and she sold it.
She needed the money more than she needed it.
Yeah, I was like, she needed the money and maybe it was too big. I don't know. I like had to make a conscious effort that I gave it to her. It was hers to do with whatever she wanted. That's some work. So I'm cutting 5-inch blocks in case y'all are wondering to make my Flyfoot. See how I'm having to be all quiet?
That's a little handy dandy ruler there.
Bruh, I love this ruler.
3 inch.
2.5 by 8. Missouri store.
Yeah, I have a 2.5 that I really like too.
Yeah, Zaza, that was very different. I gave her the armoire. It was hers. I didn't want it anymore. So it wasn't on loan. So these two rulers, the 18 by 3 by 18, the 2.5 by 8. What did I just do with that little 5-inch square? Did I not just have it in my hand? Okay. This is new. I don't think I've ever even used this one before.
How many layers do you have there?
I have 4, but I'm worried about running into the what you call that salvage. I'm good. How many layers are too many layers to cut? How many? I will cut way more layers than I should sometimes.
I don't like to go beyond 2, but I'm just very cautious.
Oh no, I
I
4
don't
to
I don't
6,
stack and whack. Stack and
4
whack.
to
Don't you
6.
have that? Don't you have that
Hey,
book?
Nita gave me that book.
Yeah. That's,
Second one. So Nita is my mom's oldest sister. She's passed away now. But she was a very prolific quilter. Her husband was in the military and she was a teacher. And she I guess they didn't travel around too much towards the end, but when they were younger, they traveled a lot with his when he was still in the army. Um, and she did a lot of sewing and quilting and just really all kind of crafty things. Yeah, this is my 45 millimeter. Not my favorite, but I have another one that I've had it for over a year and I've never even opened it.
so a
One of
couple of
those
people can
ergonomic
do
ones.
2 people can do 6 with a good blade, but
Yeah. I saw Karen Brown put like a ridiculously way too many, like 12, and went through it, making that ugly quilt. pattern, and that was too many. It was shifting and moving, but in the end, it didn't really matter.
I think the AccuQuilt can do 6. I think it's 6 or 4 or 6. I try not to do more than
So
4.
pretty. So who do we have with us right now? I see a much higher number than those who I'm aware of. Say hello. Unless you're sewing or lurking and doing something in the background, that's okay. Don't make me guilt you into telling us who you are. I'm not above guilting people.
So Terry is here. Terry?
Hey, Terry. Terry. So Terry. Oh, guys, drop your link, your what is it? Quilt exclamation for your
So
channel.
Andy says 6 layers with AccuQuilt.
Ah,
And that doesn't shift, so that's pretty good.
yeah. The only thing I use the AccuQuilt for is when I'm going to be doing some appliques. I don't use them for like piecing like this.
And I use them for strips mostly.
Yeah, there you go. Exclamation quilt. And also in the very top of the comment section, there is a link to the quilted scrap quilt challenge. I want to get it right. By Tabitha Smith. And tabithasmith.com is her website. She also does the Quilted Summit, which is coming up in September. Andy, are you going to be applying to teach again? I put my application in. Ah, Patty was lurking. That's okay. Don't feel guilty. Now that we know you're here, you can go back to lurking. And Tasha's here. Amanda's here. Katie. The word lurk just reminds me of middle school.
Why is that?
Like, I think that's how old I was when I learned about the word lurk. What is a lurker? He's lurking.
I wonder what you
Lurker.
thought as a child lurking.
Oh, it was a
Uh,
bad thing. If you were a lurker, it was bad.
yeah. So is it not today? Is
No,
lurking okay today?
like the way we used it when I was in middle school was to describe somebody like maybe a high schooler that had friends in middle school, or like a college person who had friends in high school, not like that they were friends before, but like an old lurker. Oh, you do need a Ford quilt, Tessa.
Yeah, you don't need that many t-shirts. I said, how many do you have? But you don't need that many.
Like she wants a t-shirt quilt with Ford.
I was assuming t-shirts, but that's all I think about. So maybe
And in
not.
my brain, I immediately went to how can I recreate the logo in fabric?
There may be fabric, Ford fabric, though.
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah.
So the other thing I'm working on right now is a presentation for the Quilted Summit, actually. If I get accepted to teach again. Hi Delia. Is a the name of if let's see if I can remember the name that I put in there. It's something like from inspiration to quilted, and it's like where do we get inspiration to make quilts? And I'm gonna probably end up doing a road sign quilt, start to finish. And so I think we've talked about different road signs here. I've asked people like if you had to, what's an iconic road sign? Like, obviously Route 66, but I feel like the generation who fell in love with Route 66 is like it's not as popular among Gen X and younger. Like, if you're not a boomer, you might not appreciate Route 66 unless you lived on it. I lived in Flagstaff, so I lived on Route 66, and so it has special meaning to me. But I know a lot of people, like, if you didn't live on there, you're not of that generation. Um, so any other iconic road signs? I even looked up, I Googled like iconic road signs. Um, the other thing I kind of want to do is the Tube in London, some of their signs, and in New Orleans they have a bunch of iconic street signs.
And it could be really personal too, places that you visited. I know I came
Yeah.
to a T in a road in Alaska, and it said Anchorage to the left and Fairbanks to the right.
See, love that, love that.
Yeah, so you'll have to make one for me with that
Yes.
when you have time.
Yes. I also remember staying at a hotel in New England. It must have been Rhode Island, maybe. East Coasters, you might want to correct me, but we I was at a hotel in a conference room and I looked out the window and it overlooked an exit to I-95 and it was like New York or Boston. It was so cool and I was like, "Oh, that's really I think I have a picture of it somewhere. I might need to look for it again." Oh yeah, in Winslow, Arizona. Now, don't you know I went to Arizona when I one of the times I went to Winslow, I specifically stopped in Winslow so I could take a picture of myself standing on a corner.
Was there a Ford going by? A Ford truck going by?
No, there wasn't a whole lot of traffic in Winslow, Arizona.
The truck was slowing down to take a look at you.
Yeah. So that's really cool, Andy. I'm so glad to know that. So it's a Route 66 sign with each state.
That's cool.
Oh, let's see. I need to look that up because that's something that or maybe I don't need to look it up because I don't want to be unduly swayed one way or the other. I want to use my own creativity. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
That's
In
cool.
North Carolina, Highway 40 begins and tells you how long to get to California. There's
That's
also
cool.
one of Interstate 10 for Los Angeles. And then in Los Angeles, I think there's one for Georgia is where it ends, or Florida. Yeah.
Wow.
There's also the one that when you start in Texas that tells you 840, 50, whatever miles to get to El Paso.
El Paso, yeah.
Yeah. So
That always
I
seems so
really,
long
it is.
when you see the sign.
Yeah. I've done that drive, I think, for the last time, probably.
Well, if you would do all these awesome signs that they've recommended, that's all you could do for the rest of your career.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So I've got, oh, the
oh,
other
that's
thing I
cute.
did see a lot of is the Animal Crossings. There's one, falling cows. Beware of falling cows. US 1 Key West. Yep. Yeah, see, so like if I made those either patterns and or quilts, one, do people want the patterns? Two, do people want the ready-made quilts? Is it worth the time and effort to make the pattern and sell three of them? Um,
Just you never know. How do you
you
know?
just don't know, right? You
Yeah,
don't. So yeah, I may start with a few because I've started with local road signs, and I really enjoy making them. And so what I may do is I might start with a Route 66 or a Key West. There's so much. It's hard to narrow it down.
66 seems pretty popular overall, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I really think the falling cows, if like seriously, so Google falling cow road sign. It's like one of those yellow caution signs and it has a cow like
Oh, that's
passing and
funny.
then like, Yeah,
So
and then with my cow theme,
why do cows fall?
off of a cliff onto the road,
Oh,
right? Isn't that funny?
it is for us folk
Falling cows.
in flatland.
I know. I was thinking we don't know anything about falling anything.
Why do cows fall? I couldn't imagine.
It's like it's a cliff with a cow like upside down and then
Oh,
a road
that's
on
funny.
one of those like yellow caution signs. Okay, that's what I just made up my mind. I'm gonna write it down, and that's what's gonna make it real. So I might do the caution falling cows sign for the Quilted Summit. The triangle warning signs, yeah. I'm writing it down. Falling cows, because who doesn't love a good cow? And I could put it in bright, like rainbowy colors instead of just the black and orange or black and yellow.
You'll have to explain that to the locals, though.
You're right. I'm not gonna get it. Hey, ma'am, your cow's upside down.
I
Excuse me,
know,
ma'am.
Kelly.
Or you need to flip your quilt. Hey,
Oh,
you've been larking.
we have a
Oh
lurker.
yeah, horse and buggy signs in the Amish country. You're
Oh,
right.
those would be cute. Yeah.
I do. I so the first time I went to Pennsylvania, I was like in the eighth grade. You know, when you take your eighth grade trip to Washington D.C., and really enjoyed Pennsylvania, and I've been back quite a few times, and I just love it. Yeah, yeah. So there's lots and lots of road signs, but I think it's definitely going to be the falling cows. Um,
That just makes me
because
laugh.
the other thing, so I want to do like, so I do already have the iconic Louisiana in the boot series or collection of quilts where I make, something iconic Louisiana and I put it in the shape of the boot, the shape of Louisiana. And so we do have a lot of cattle here, so that may work.
Yes.
Oh,
And
a
there are,
crawfish crossing.
yeah, or
Oh,
alligator,
Kelly.
alligator too.
Yeah. I like the crawfish crossing. Yes.
We do have cattle crossing signs, though.
Yeah.
Cattle crossings when they
Yeah.
move the herd for
Or
the
sometimes they
floods.
break the fence and take off on their own.
Well, they move all those cattle for hurricanes. Isn't that amazing? That's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
a huge effort.
yeah. So I will have the hurricane crossing, no, hurricane evacuation route sign done by June 21st. So here's that one
Oh, I
for
love
those
it.
of you who might be new. Yeah.
That's great.
And so I have that, and then the bottom. So the top is gray and brown to represent a tree in the gray sky during a hurricane. The water below it because it flooded. And then a go that way arrow. So this one hopefully will be finished in definitely by June the 21st. And then I
Okay,
have a bunch of t-shirts back there to make bags out of.
when I travel these days, like even to go to Crawley, which is like 30 minutes away, I may have seen 10 turtles crossing the road.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lots of turtles. And
And usually they
during
go from,
crawfish season,
yeah,
the crawfish are actually crossing the road too sometimes.
yes, yes. And the turtles, they'll go from one side of the road to the other. But one day I saw one going parallel to me on the road. He was like going down
He's
the
like,
highway.
hey,
And it was so odd because usually they just cross the road from ditch
he's
to
like, I'm
ditch.
going to town. We're going to town.
It was really funny. Oh, hedgehog crossings too.
I love it. Okay. So I am so excited. You guys, I love doing this every week with you because I get so many good ideas. Um, so I am gonna have a link eventually to the as soon as they start putting stuff out for the Quilted Summit, so that you guys can, because it is free, so you can watch everything for free. If you choose to buy the All Express Pass, whatever, you get some more like additional stuff, and you get a longer watch time. You get to watch it for longer than what it's live. But I will be doing I just decided today, right now, that I'm going to be doing a caution falling cows road sign for the Quilted Summit, which is in September. And then also, I told Jennifer today that I am putting in a proposal to do a t-shirt quilt, 30-minute, just start to finish t-shirt quilt lesson for a different um, summit that's coming up. It's unofficial, so I don't want to say too much, but as soon as I hear whether I'm going to be able to do that or not, I'll let you guys know. It is coming up in July. So yeah, lots of
Next month?
presentations, lots of fun.
Next month.
Yeah, yeah. So if yeah, I'm going to put it together and send it to her. If it gets accepted, hopefully by next week I'll be able to say what it is and have a link and everything. Um, but next Tuesday we will make the bags with t-shirt quilts. With t-shirts. I'll make a new what do you call the thumbnail. So I'll do a new thumbnail so that you guys can, when you see it, you'll know that it's a how-to on making tote bags with t-shirts.
And I need that tutorial right now for our upcoming show.
Yes, yes. And so yeah, that's cool because we do need to make some of those. Oh yeah, the armadillo crossings in Texas. I've seen those. Um so lots and lots of stuff coming up with us.
Busy summer.
Anything else?
Oh no, Tessa, we don't do a booth there.
Too hot.
Yes, very hot.
But we are having, so I did mention a few weeks ago, I guess, that we do now have access to a farmer's market. It's every Saturday. It's pretty big. Um, we only are required to go once a quarter. And so as of right now, I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe next year we can do once a month. The problem is that we just can't make enough inventory for everything that we have coming up. And so in October, we have a huge festival that we sell out of everything we bring every year. And so every year we're like, oh, we got to make more stuff for next year. And so and it's just so hard because everything we make, it takes a while. We can't pump out
And the
stuff
older I
that
get, the
quickly.
slower I am. I can't produce as much as I used to. It's a
And it's
problem.
hard because, when we get like commission pieces or make t-shirt quilts for people, um, we know that we're going to get paid for that. When I do long arm quilting, I do that and I know I get paid. And so it's kind of hard to balance um
To make
job,
things, yeah, and to make things that may or may not sell,
right?
that's an issue also.
Yeah, so balancing a job and building inventory has kind of been a struggle for us. I can say us, I guess. You would agree with that, Jen?
Absolutely. Yes.
Mom. Yeah. But it's definitely been fun, and I do want to do a maybe one week we can dedicate a live stream or make a video about our business and the business side of it. I know a lot of times people kind of want to hide and they want to make everything out to be like it's perfect, and they have a very positive, forward facing, everything is great. And it's hard work.
Well, you
Um
have a presentation coming up too for our guild. What is it?
oh yeah,
Hobby to something. Hustle to hobby. Hobby to hustle or
hobby to
something.
hustle. Yeah,
Yeah.
hobby to hustle. Yeah, and that's kind of what that's about is in fact, last week I was at a meeting at my social work day job, and I said something about having a second job, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's quilting. That doesn't count." And I'm like, I said it counts when it's a Saturday afternoon and I'm loading a quilt for somebody else on my long arm. because it's my job and they're going to pay me for it. I was like, that's not, yeah, but you
Um,
enjoy it. I said, that doesn't make any less of a
I know
job.
it is work. It's work.
It's work. Yeah. So I probably work 20 hours a week quilting, in some capacity on quilting in addition to my social work job.
I would say more. You probably do more than that.
I might need to start keeping track of it. Yeah. But it's definitely a business. It's something we work on. So yeah, we'll dedicate one session to the business of what we do. And especially YouTube is another one. I have a cousin that recently told me, I mean, what, you just, make some film and put it on there and then you get paid? Um, yeah, it's not that easy. Yes, Sheila, I am a member of Louisiana Crafts Guild, and that's how we get into the markets that we're in. I don't put anything in their um they have
Shop.
two shops, right? One in Lafayette and one in New Orleans, because the percentage that they take is too high, and I don't want to sell my products or take a cut. Um, and so, but yeah, I am a member of the Louisiana Crafts Guild. Yep. Are you a member? Are you from here? Now you've got me wondering. Look, I'm waiting. Look. Oh yeah, they do the Norfolk, Virginia. I have been wanting to do that. In fact, I have last year or this past year when they just went, I said, okay, that's it. I've got to go next year. Yes, I would love to go. How is that festival? Would you say that it's worth the trip? So the Craft Guild has said like everybody that goes has the best time. They speak so highly of the festival, and I every year I want to go. I just haven't made it. I think next year I might try to go.
When is it? When's the festival?
It just happened. So I guess it's in the spring. Yeah. But yeah, they offer they bring all of your stuff for you, I think. They have like a trailer. The Craft Guild has a trailer and you load it up um and they bring it and then you get like a stipend to bring your stuff. Yeah, it's at the end of May. And so I mean they help you to get there. So you're not completely on your own going. It's really supported and I think they provide the tents and everything. Like they really do make it easy.
I think Kathy used to participate with alligator teeth earrings and her alligator
Probably,
jewelry.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So that's so funny you said that because I have really been thinking about it in Norfolk. Did I say it right?
It didn't sound right.
But they don't say Norfolk. Like they don't say it like how we would think it. They say it differently and I can never remember. Norfolk, maybe. So anyway, lots of good ideas, lots of quilting business to talk about. From inspiration all the way to the business side of it. And so thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on Wednesdays. I hope you
Yeah.
have a fabulous Thursday and rest of your week. And T-shirt quilt Tuesday, we will do a tutorial on making a tote bag with t-shirt quilt with t-shirts. That sounds fun. I'm excited. And I'll keep you guys updated also on my purple quilt. Peace out. Y'all have a great night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks again.